everybody and welcome back to another Marvel Crisis Protocol unboxing video, and today for you I am finally happy to say that I have the Hulkbuster here to show off CP52 and CP62 Miss Marvel, the latest releases in the UK. At least I believe America's having supply issues again. My friend in Europe has had these two for like 2 weeks at this point, so it's still all over the place. It's obviously COVID related as well, but I would say that Asmodee does not have the best track record of being consistent in terms of releases worldwide. But anyway, also I don't know if this is just a UK postal thing or not, but my boxes came to me beat up. They have been in a fight, and I don't know why. Hopefully everything inside is okay. I guess we're going to find out. I've been waiting for Hulkbuster, which is what we're going to start with, since this game got announced. I knew one was coming because Night Models, who had a Marvel game but lost the license back in 2016, 17, something like that, they had a Hulkbuster mini. Nowhere near as nice looking as this one, but they had a Hulkbuster mini, so I knew it was coming, and along with some other X-Men characters they haven't revealed yet. But enough about that, let's get started. So we'll put Miss Marvel to one side for now. I actually expected this to be in a bigger box because Hulkbuster is on a Hulk-sized base, surprising no one, and you are also getting a mini Iron Man as well, which is what he turns into on his flipped side, which is obviously regular sized as well. But nope, regular box. I really hope the sprue is okay, because this was, like, I straightened the box up a little bit before starting recording, it was beat up. Well, there's the cards, they seem fine. Let's see, we've got our protective cardboard. It had its work cut out for it this time. A lot of sprue, that is a lot of sprue, but it has all fit in one bag, so that's handy. Incidentally, if you do want to see the Night Models Hulkbuster, just go back into the, there's a small playlist I did of DC versus Marvel Universe, because they both use the same playstyle, and the Hulkbuster's in the thumbnail for one of them. Alright, well, we'll start with the basic Iron Man suit, which he turns into if the Hulkbuster breaks, and he has a token ability where you can summon another Hulkbuster that in no normal game would ever happen, in my opinion, but super simple, love to see it, and he's in the charred remains of the Hulkbuster, which is a nice touch. Now the Hulkbuster itself, please don't be overly complicated. Let's flip this and see. Oh, that's a lot of instructions. Okay, here we go. Necessary, presumably. Up to step 10 is the torso, at which point you put on the hands. Oh no, the hands are done prior as well. It doesn't look... well, no, step 15. Step 15 and a little bit of step 14, that's putting two halves of a puff of cloud together. It seems like it's got a lot of fidgety bits, but it really looks impressive once it's done. It is very impressive looking. I mean, I know it's like artificially higher than he should be because he's jet boosting into the sky, but he's a lot taller than the Hulk, as I understand it. I had my friend send me a size comparison. Alright, let's look at the sprue then. Hefty bag of sprue. Here we go. So you get your one choice of massive Hulk / MODOK sized base. It's, I think you get one randomly, someone told me once, of the like 2 or 3 designs they have of this size. I've never seen the one that my Hulk came with ever again, including like watching other people's videos. Normal bases for the little Iron Man. Speaking of which, where's he? Because he's got to just be on his own little bit, right? Is this him? Yes. So that's the little Iron Man. I say little, normal sized Iron Man. I quite like the miniature for it as well. Much more dynamic than the one that came in the core box. That looks like Hulkbuster's, some of his chest and maybe his arm? Or pelvis? That's definitely legs, wrists, the flames he's standing on, and part of his head, I think. Okay. Oh, was the assembly instructions numbered? It is numbered, each part is numbered, good. Because this would be really annoying without that. And then you've got his hands, his shins, the rest of his pelvis, and a fist. What else do you need in the world? Alright, I don't want to wreck the cards, I'm being very careful with this because I really like the Hulkbuster. I'm going to get these out of the bag. Alright, so we have 2 tactics cards and then the Hulkbuster's card itself. We've got Helios Laser Bombardment. These have all been spoiled a long time ago. If I remember rightly, this is one where everybody can chip in some power. Range 5, starts at 2 energy, ignores line of sight, you don't get cover. You add dice equal to the number of power spent to play it. and also enemy characters within 2 suffer 1 damage. But it has to be Tony Stark's activation to play it, but any allied characters can chip in power, and there's no limit, which is really interesting. Okay, you only get to use it once, but if you have like Avengers characters that sit on a lot of power they don't have much to do with, like Hawkeye, he could chip in like at least 5 on his own. And then we have our first appearance of Rescue for the fallback card art, which is neat. Reactive: when an allied character is attacked, before damage is dealt, spend 2 to play this card to move away small. And it doesn't say the character refunds their attack, which is good. So that is just how you avoid an attack. That person in the background looks like he's not at all bothered by the fact that he almost got exploded. So the Hulkbuster is the 3rd leader for the Avengers faction. He is a leader. His affiliation bonus lets you reduce damage from collisions by 1. He is massive 6 threat, so that's a 3 threat, 4 threat, and a 6 threat for leaderships. 13 health, medium move, 433, and he has 2 attacks, range 3, 6 energy, which is heavy repulsor. After his attack was resolved, if it didn't deal damage, you still get power, and normally you would get power equal to damage dealt. And you also push the target away small with no size limit, which is interesting. And his big one, Meteor Punch, range 3, 8 physicals, 3 power. The target does not gain power for this attack. If the target is size 4 or less, you throw them medium. That is really good. And it has Explode on it for range 2. I don't know about his affiliation bonus compared to like Sam's or Steve's, but it is interesting. The 3 of them together could make a formidable force. He's got the basic hit and run. We've seen that on plenty of characters already. Now I'm mad. Spend 3 to throw size, just terrain? Oh, just terrain. Okay, terrain of size 4 or less, within 2, throw it medium for 3. He can spend 1 to reduce the amount of damage taken by an attack by 1. And he can't be pushed either if he does that. And then enhanced support system: if this character would flip its card, oh well, also worth mentioning, he gets 1 additional power in the power phase. If you would flip his card, you spawn Little Iron Man, and this is Little Iron Man's stat card. As I say, he has a token ability, always have a backup, that's the one. There is no way you're ever going to get this in a standard game. You have to lose the Hulkbuster first of all, at which point you also lose all power on him. This one has 5 health, he's got rubbish defense, and it doesn't generate extra power. So there's no way you're getting that 10 power. As far as, well, maybe with tactics cards abuse. It feels like such a token thing, like to make him seem more impressive. Either way, on this side Iron Man has 5 health, rubbish defense as I said, 1 single attack with push, and rapid fire, which is okay. He keeps the affiliation bonus, he's got the backup. New plan is to run away medium if he's damaged. And if he would flip his card, you just daze instead, or sorry, you KO instead. And he has flight on both sides. Oh, no he doesn't. Huh. Okay. I guess that technically isn't flying, he's jumping. That's odd. I mean, I guess the Hulkbuster is kind of chonky, so maybe they thought it'd be too much if he could fly as well. I'm kind of surprised though, because he sort of flies. In World War Hulk he flies, although it's not the same design, I suppose, but still. Either way, I'm not too wowed by his stats. It's mostly I just wanted the miniature in this particular case. But it is interesting having a high threat value affiliation leader for the Avengers. He's certainly no pushover. He's built to take it, as the rule says. He generates extra power. His affiliation bonus is fine, well, even better depending on who you're up against. And he has pretty decent attacks. But is that better than having the ability to spam a bunch of low threat characters with Sam, or reducing the cost of superpowers with Steve? I don't know, but neither of them are giant awesome looking mech suits, so I'm biased. Anyway, that is the Hulkbuster. It's going to be a challenge putting it together, challenge painting, but I'm really looking forward to it. With that, let's take a look at Miss Marvel. Alright, let's take a look at Miss Marvel and her embiggened form. They actually showed off the normal size version of her ahead of some event earlier this year, and it looked so basic compared to the miniatures they were releasing, although it was super obvious she was going to have an embiggened form. The transform mechanic for the game is built for Miss Marvel. I didn't know much about her until the Crystal Dynamics Avengers game, which has its faults for sure, i.e. trying to run it as a game as a service. But the campaign mode, which is kind of like Camilla becoming an Avenger and reuniting the Avengers, I thought it was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Anywho, we've got our safety cardboard. Now I think my friend who got these a lot earlier, I think he said Miss Marvel was a weird assembly, but didn't go into specifics. Small version of her is as simple as the small Iron Man. Sorry, normal sized Iron Man. Basically identical. Thank goodness her scarf is pre-attached. Now, the embiggened side. Okay, now I understand what my friend meant. That's a... Oh, read this first, hang on. No, that's just the basic, like, here's how you assemble a miniature. It doesn't say, like, for whatever reason they couldn't put it in the pack. They made a little bit of a boo-boo, and appear to have forgotten to explain how to assemble Miss Marvel. That's interesting. It shouldn't be too complicated though, should it? It can't possibly be. That is still silly though. I understand what my friend meant now, that's funny. Let me see here. Oh, there's actually... Wait, what the... Wait, what? There's assembly instructions for Little Miss Marvel. Oh no, that is Big Miss Marvel! That's Big Miss Marvel! Because Little Miss Marvel is actually just done. That's also confusing, but not nearly as confusing as I thought it was. Oh, okay. And that's, in that case, that's super easy, so no wonder they had all the space. That was confusing, though. So yeah, Miss Marvel Little One is just a one-shot. You just bung it in the base and it's done. Or sorry, you put it on the rock she's standing on, I guess. She's got a teeny tiny bit of rock she's standing on. Alright, well that's super easy then, my bad. Oh, and the embiggened form is actually on the Hulk size base as well. Is that the same one I got with the Hulkbuster? It is. Bad luck. Let me know if you get one that's not this design, because that's what I got with both of them. That must mean her large form must be like really, really large then. Okay. Let's take a look at the cards. I'm not as fussed about protecting her card from damage, so I'll just do it live and try and get it out the bag. That's way too tight for the size of card. Let's see what we've got here. A Better Tomorrow, hanging around with Miles, about to crush or kick a school bus. If Miles is within 2 of Miss Marvel, they both spend 2 to play this. She transforms into her embiggened form, which works the same way as like Ant-Man and Wasp changing forms for the most part. When resolving this transformation, place her within 3 instead of within 1, and then place Miles within 1 of her. So it's like she's embiggening and then doing a flying leap and carrying Miles with her. Interesting. She's got a place in Web Warriors, I feel, for sure. I remember this card being leaked, and I don't remember it for a good reason. I remember it because the anatomy of the picture is very bad, and Captain Marvel's face is also very bad. Is it the artist I think it is? No, it isn't actually. Okay. I didn't want to show it on camera because it's someone, but still. Yeah, do not like the art on this at all. And Captain Marvel's face is an atrocity in that particular picture anyway. Fan Club. When an allied Captain Marvel uses the Danvers special in the binary form, superpower or rocket punch, so any of her attacks, Camilla can play 3 to spend this card. Kamala, sorry, not Camilla. I have a habit of doing that. If Captain Marvel used Danvers special, Miss Marvel can throw terrain or an enemy character size 3 or less within 2 small. If she used binary form, Miss Marvel changes into her embiggened form and then is placed within 2 of Miss Marvel. Sorry, pushes all enemy characters within 2 away small. If she used Rocket Punch, Miss Marvel may advance medium towards a target. So with the rebuffed Captain Marvel, her cheaper binary form, I think that's all that changed on her. Much more viable in a team with Kamala. So then we have her card. Pretty simple, she's just a 3 threat. Medium move, whether normal size or embiggened. 5 health, 3 threat, 3/4/3 defenses. Morpho punch with a push when she's not super tall, and this is right out of the Avengers game. She's got high 5, range 3, 5 physical when she's in her embiggened form. She's inhuman, so she's immune to poison. She gets the inhuman reroll. She can use embiggen for 3 to transform once per turn. Take out the trash. She can pick up size 2 within 3 and throw it small. After making an attack, or when making an attack, if the target character is smaller than this character and she is size 4 when embiggened, you can reroll 2 attack dice, but then at the end of your activation you change back into normal size. Polymorph. It would be interesting if it was at the end of the turn. If this character may interact with objective tokens at range 2 instead of range 1, similar to Toad. And she has 5 health on this side. On her flipped side, she retains 5 health. If I remember correctly, nothing changes on her flipped side. She's a fairly kind of like, I don't mean this in a bad way, but she's just kind of like run-of-the-mill 3 threat. Kind of similar to Ant-Man, although she doesn't have any downside like not being able to hold objectives and whatnot. Very interesting. Which is what I say when I don't want to be insulting to something. It's 3 threat characters kind of have to be a little bit ho-hum, because they're right there in that kind of median between 3 threat and 4 threat. But like I say, she's got a place in Web Warriors, she's got a place in Avengers lists. She is not worthless, and the medium move is good too, especially on her larger form. It's just a shame she changes back at the end of the turn. But anyway, that was CP62 Miss Marvel, and prior to that CP52 Hulkbuster. When are the X-Men releases coming out, which I believe are the next scheduled wave? Who knows, but thank you for watching this unboxing. We'll hopefully get these on the table soon-ish. In the meantime, we've got the Convocation showing up in battle reports at the moment, and Midnight Suns, etc. Dark Dimension. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Ta-ta for now.